Hey, how's everyone doing? It's UVZumi back with another video. So this is the first video of jumping back into JavaScript. The last time we jumped upon JavaScript was probably a week ago. But looking at the learning modules, it looks like moving forward, we're going to be messing with JavaScript more often now. I'm finally on the first hard challenge, and it uses a lot of JavaScript. So this is where it's going to start getting a little more complicated. So the first learning topic we're learning with JavaScript is set timeout and set interval. And basically what these two functions do is set timeout basically sets it to, using JavaScript, sets it to, for example, on your website, say someone lands on or accesses your landing page or your home page, and then 3 seconds later an ad pops up. Set timeout is what makes that possible. So what set timeout will do is you'll create this function, and you'll basically put it within the function, like within the block of code, what you want to happen after set timeout function is hit. So you can say, like, after 5 seconds, I want it to say, hey, welcome to our website. You're a brand new user. Do you want to sign up for this email, or something like that after 5 seconds? But the way set timeout measures seconds is in milliseconds. So they don't just put 5 here, they put 5,000 milliseconds. So yeah. So as you can see, the basic setup or syntax for set timeout is you got set timeout right here. Well, this one's actually more complicated to understand. I actually don't even understand it from this point of view right now. So I'm going to go to this syntax instead. So this is all JavaScript code. So first you got your function. So that means you're going to create a function. You're going to name the function, and it looks right here, they named it welcome, and it's going to accept a parameter or argument, and it's going to be called name. And so when this function is called, it's going to call upon console.log, and basically what console.log does is it prints out text on the user's output device, input, basically the computer screen. So as you can see here, it's what console log's doing is taking the name that was entered as argument, and then basically saying name plus this string right here. So it could be my name, Uvaldo, welcome to our website, you have a special discount today, exclamation mark. Or it can be Adam, welcome to our website, you have a special discount today, exclamation mark. And so how we're going to access this this function is down here. As you can see, the user he created a variable. It says let, and the name of the variable is user welcome message equals set timeout, because this is a set timeout function. And then he entered welcome, so he's the name of the function. It's right here, welcome. And he said, hey, I don't want this to execute until 5 seconds after this function is hit. So 5 seconds after this function's hit via this line of code right here. And then the name that's going to be placed in here is Mary. So it's saying, hey, the user welcome message equals set timeout, the function of set timeout. We're going to access welcome function. I don't want this to execute until 5 seconds after it hits, and then the name will be Mary. So it's going to say, Mary, welcome to our website, you have a special discount today. So yeah, that's the set timeout message. You can always, down here it says you can always just have it to where it has no delay whatsoever, and it just instantaneously pops up. So down here, same thing. You call upon a set timeout, the welcome function right here. It doesn't accept any parameters or arguments or whatever. So we'll skip that part, and we said 0 seconds right here. So since it's 0 seconds, this is going to execute automatically. It's going to right when it hits this function, it's automatically going to say welcome to our website. Here though, what's a little tricky is that they said the difference here is you have you're printing something out to the the user's computer screen or whatever device they're on. So how this will work, same thing like last time. set timeout, and they're going to call the function welcome. You're going to say, hey, I want this to, I basically want this to print out automatically the string welcome to our website. However, it says right here, if you have code after your set timeout function, whether even if it is 0 seconds, and that's supposed to mean to print out automatically, the code after your set timeout function will actually print first or be enacted upon first before your set timeout function. So here, instead of welcome to our website being printed first, it's going to skip this guy first, and it's going to come here and it's going to print out 2nd of May, and then it's going to load the process of executing this function back here. Then I'll say welcome to our website. So it's going to end up saying 2nd of May, welcome to our website. Set interval is basically how many times we want something to execute given a length of time. So down here, I have set interval. I've called upon set interval. I said the function for set interval is alarm. And I said the time that goes in there, well, basically this alarm is going to set off every 3 seconds. So I said 3 seconds here, and then 8 is going to go into time right here, and you'll see that time is right here in the string. So it's going to say wake up, it's 8 o'clock. And with the 3000 here, it's basically saying every 3 seconds I want you to keep printing out this string. So it's going to say wake up, it's 8 o'clock. 3 seconds later, wake up, it's 8 o'clock. 3 seconds later, and it's going to keep executing. Now for set interval, for you to stop that execution from ongoing, you need to clear your interval. So you go down here, as you can see down here, it says you simply just say clear interval, and then you enter the name of the variable that holds the set interval function. So right here, it's a constant interval ID. So it says too in the text that any interval or timeout that you set, it actually gives it an ID, and that makes sense because every line of code, most lines of code, how they execute, have a specific ID. I think that's in the memory or the CPU, one of those two. So right here, we know it has ID, so we're gonna give it a variable. And then down here, to clear that interval or that ongoing process, we just say clear interval and then put the name of the variable right here. So yeah, this is the first lesson I've been learning on JavaScript. I mean, it's pretty easy, pretty simple. One problem that kind of gave me a hiccup was this one. It says, what will the output of the following code be? And as you can see here, console.log, remember I said that prints something out to the user's device, whether that be computer, phone, tablet. So I said, okay, so right ahead it's gonna print 5. It's not gonna print this guy yet because this is a function. And I said, okay, it's gonna print 9. It's not gonna print this guy yet because it's a function and needs to be called upon. Then this is where it confused me. So now it's saying, hey, I got a set timeout function. It is print 6, but I don't want you to print it out until 3 seconds after this code. So at first I saw that and I was like, okay, so the numbers that are going to be printed in order is going to be 5, 9, 6, 1, 4, 7. And I just went ahead and just press enter and I got it wrong. So it took me like 7 more tries until I figured it out. So even though print 6 function is the first one called upon, it has this 3 second delay. So we're actually going to skip this guy and we're going to go ahead and print 1 because look, it has a 0, so it prints it automatically. So I went down here, I put 591, and then it says print 4. It prints automatically because it's 0. 5914. And for a second here, I thought, okay, well, you know, I've already went past 2, so probably 6 will work now. And I tried that, it didn't work. So the best way I could wrap my mind around this was, okay, 3 seconds, so that means I would skip. I would basically execute 1, 4, and print 7 before I even got to print 6. So I did that. So print 7 has a delay of 2 seconds. So print 7 occurs before print 6 because print 6 has a longer delay than print 7. That's the way I wrapped it around my mind. Do I know if that's right? I'm not sure, but sounds right to me. And I tried it out and it worked down here. There's other problems that I'm trying to see that are a little tricky. There was one problem right here. So how I executed this guy. So this is kind of what we learned in the learning topic. This was considered the hardest problem, but there's a function and it's called showName, and it accepts a parameter of name. Well, it basically accepts an argument, and that argument will be name in the parameter. And it says change the code so that showName returns a greeting with the name Alex every 3 seconds. So you'll put Alex in, and then it'll say hello student Alex, and that will occur every 3 seconds. And then clear interval is going to actually stop that constant interval of 3 seconds happening. So what I did is I said, okay, student greeting equals, because remember, if we say student greeting equals something, or set interval, set timeout, set interval and set timeout, they both give an ID, like in the memory or whatever, and that ID will be what's equal to student greeting. And then we can use that ID to clear the interval later on. So student greeting equals set interval function, and that set interval function is going to be showName, and we're going to have the interval set to 3 seconds, and the argument that's going to go inside the parameter of name is going to be Alex. And then so now that the function has been called upon, we're going to return a string, and the string is basically going to say hello student Alex exclamation mark. And basically that interval is going to keep going on for 3 seconds. But then going down to our base code, we see that clear interval is called upon, and it's basically saying, hey, I want you to clear the interval with student greeting and end the process. And as we can see, that's what it did, and we got our result. I got 4 rockets out of 0, and I got no errors in that, which is pretty good. Some of these concepts, when I explain them, they're probably not 100% right, but because I'm still in the learning process as well. But a lot of these, they're considered advanced now, but as you touch upon other harder topics, you'll get them with a piece of cake. So that's my video for today, my first JavaScript video for this preparing for Space Force Coding Bootcamp. I have to knock these out pretty quickly. I got to take the test by February 14th. So I need to study as much as I can till then, so I can pass that test and start Coding Bootcamp February 28th. So with that, I will close the video. Peace out, guys.